Join us to navigate your awakening as we share the ancient science of transformation. Practicing this ancient wisdom will help you tune into your power and unlock your greatest potential. If you are ready to embark on your awakening and discover your soul path, then please welcome your host and transformation expert, Trenayce.
Welcome to Navigating the Awakening. I am your host, Trenayce. Thank you for joining me today. I greet you in the love and in the light of the Infinite Creator. I would like to begin with the internal light meditation so that we can all align our energies with the cosmos, with the universal light of Source. If you are driving or listening to this and not able to close your eyes, then please simply open your heart and allow the intention of healing to move through you. Allow each breath to relax you more and more as we go deeper. Let's begin. First breath in. Breathe out. Second breath in. Breathe out. Third breath in. Breathe out. Relax. Allow your breaths to find their natural rhythm. With each breath in, allow yourself to become centered and focused. And with each exhalation, release all tension and stress, any mental distractions or images, and allow yourself to be in this moment in meditation. Focus your attention on the center of your chest. See your internal light as it illuminates your heart, as it fills your heart with brilliant, healing, white light. Continue to see this light as it grows brighter and brighter from within your chest, moving in all directions, dissolving all low, heavy, and negative energies, and allowing your heart to be filled with peace, love, joy, and forgiveness. Continue to see this light as it moves into your lungs, filling your lungs with healing energies, allowing your breaths to be cleansing, revitalizing, and rejuvenating. Continue to see the light as it moves into each and every red blood cell, as they pass through your heart and your lungs, feeling them with life-giving energies to be carried to every extremity of your body. And now see the light as it moves up into your shoulders, down into your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, moving into your palms and fingertips. Allow the healing energies to flow through your palms, radiating out into the world and all around you. Continue to see the light as it moves up through the neck, releasing tension and stress, moving into the cheeks, the ears, the nose, the eyes, the forehead, and moving up into your crown, activating the connection with your higher self, allowing for clear communication and clear downloads. Continue to see this light as it moves down into your diaphragm and your stomach, continuing to bring healing through your deeper breaths, and now moving into the small intestine and the large, activating healing through the absorption of your light energies and your nutrients. Continue to see this light as it now moves into the kidneys, the liver, the gallbladder, the spleen, the pancreas, and the bladder. All of your organs, tissues, and cells are now filled with healing light, bringing you into perfect balance, perfect health, aligning you with all that is good, all that is desired. And now see the light as it moves into the colon, the uterus, the sex organs, into the organs of release, healing these organs on every level, giving you the courage and the wisdom to know when to release all energies that no longer serve your highest good, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And now continue to see the light as it moves through your hips, passing through your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, and into the soles of your feet. You are now filled with healing light, bringing you into perfect balance, perfect health, aligning you with the source of creation, aligning you with your internal light, your life force, Mother Earth, and the universe as a whole. And now continue to see this light as it moves through the soles of your feet, turning into silver cords, moving deep into Mother Earth, grounding you, centering you, anchoring you to Mother Earth, allowing for connection to the deeper energies that are within the earth, the healing energies of Mother Earth, allowing you to be at one, to be at peace with the greater you. And now see the light as it moves through each and every pore in your body, surrounding you in a beautiful healing bubble of white light. You are protected. You are safe. You are expanding on every level, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, connecting to all other lights and high vibrating energies on this planet and beyond. We now unite all of our lights together as one, as we come back to the mind, the oneness, that we are one being, one light, one entity, having a myriad of experiences. And we are all increased in healing energies through this knowing, through this power, through this connectedness. Our bodies, minds, and spirits are now stronger. They are filled with healing light, love, peace, joy, and happiness. Continue to see the light as it fills you completely and now moves out into the space where you are, into the room, into the home, wherever you are. The light moves out, continues to spread throughout your city, your town, your country. And now all of our lights join together as one, completely strengthening and protecting us in the light. And so it is. Thank you for sharing your light with me. Now, our message today is the snake people. And we will dive deeper into this in a few minutes. As for now, I want to begin our discussion about ancient knowledge, the need for ancient knowledge, and how much this information can assist you in navigating your awakening. There was a time on this planet when people worked very hard to acquire knowledge. To become an initiate of a great master was an honor. Today, most people know nothing about ancient mystery schools, let alone the knowledge that was shared in those schools. All traces of these teachings has been completely removed from our societies, along with the idea that powerful ancient wisdom ever existed. This has become myth or old wise tales, if spoken of at all. So how did this happen? How did we go from knowing how to master universal forces and creating great civilizations to barely knowing how our immune system works? We had far greater knowledge and technology than is present today on our planet. We have become a world that is dominated by ignorance. And what is worse is that most people pride themselves in that ignorance, not even realizing how much they don't know. Ancient knowledge is neither respected today nor sought after by most people. We have been taught to believe that we are the most advanced civilization that has ever been on the earth. This creates egotism and only advances our ignorance. But we can see for ourselves that there was greater knowledge on the earth in previous times by studying evidence of archaeology. Ancient temples and structures have been found all around the world, on the land and in the water. Structures that our modern-day scientists and engineers cannot duplicate. So if we weren't more advanced at some point in our past, then who built these structures? Ancient writings say that we built them, and they also tell the story of how our previous civilizations were destroyed. So when we begin to look deeper into archaeology, we find many things that do not fit the current narrative. The idea that we have been struggling for thousands of years to come from the caveman to this point in our evolution is challenged by a multitude of things, many facts. These facts include technology and structures that clearly indicate the use of higher mathematics and advanced knowledge in physics in order to have created them. After reading the book, Forbidden Archaeology, The Hidden History of the Human Race by Michael Cremo and Richard Thompson, you will agree that something is amiss here. The evidence shakes the very foundation of our modern world. The narrative that we are the most advanced civilization that has ever walked on the earth sounds more and more absurd as you read through those pages of that book. It is an obvious deception. Now, the reason that I'm sharing this information with you today is to say that if we had advanced technology and built those civilizations, then we also have more knowledge about who we are and our relationship to the universe. It is clear that at some point in our past, we were far more advanced than we are today. And so there is much that we can learn from the ancients that caused them to flourish and to master the forces of nature, as well as to meet their own destruction. We will study this ancient wisdom together, the advice as well as the warnings. We want to know what to do to regain our power, but we also want to know what we should avoid so that we don't meet the same fate as those who came before us. Navigating the awakening means expanding our consciousness to embrace the wisdom of those who came before us. They will help us to understand who we are and why we have come to this place called Earth. There is a great need for us to understand and understand ourselves on a deeper level. And through self-exploration, we will gain a deeper insight into our true self. And with this knowledge, we can begin to live a more harmonious and authentic life, not the distorted lives we live today. The truth of who we are is encoded within our DNA. We also carry the annals of history within us. And simply by hearing the truth, this information is activated. There are many, many books that teach us about the power of our DNA. And of course, it is still being researched because there is so much to us. that is to be discovered. We are awakening. And that means we have been asleep. We have forgotten who we are. Spirit says to me, it's as if you were knocked over the head, dragged off to a distant country, and when you awakened, you had no memory of yourself. So you're in a foreign land with foreign people, foreign cultures, foreign language. And you must remember who you are under these conditions. And as for those of us who are the travelers, are the volunteers, as Dolores Cannon speaks of us, the three waves, and of course there are more. But in her book, The Three Waves, that Dolores Cannon wrote, she talks about the people, the volunteers, the souls, the spirits, whatever name you want to give them, that have come to this earth plane at this time to assist in the awakening of humanity. And we are most definitely in a foreign land among foreign people. And that is why most people that are of the light workers, that most likely would be listening to this show, would feel very foreign within the community, the groups, the people. We don't seem to fit in. We're very different. We think different. We believe different. And so our job is to find our tribe. And that is why it is so beautiful to have a station like OM Radio, because it's a place, it's a lighthouse. It's a place where people can come to find like minds and find your tribe, so that we can all strengthen each other with our energy, our light, and our love. And we can grow together because we awaken one another through our sharing of our stories and our information. Then we quicken one another. And this is the time of the quickening of the spirit. It's the awakening. And simply through hearing information that is actually true, it resonates within you. It resonates within your DNA. You feel it. You get chills. You get goosebumps. You get cold. Whatever it is, you feel it. Literally, it begins to move you. It quickens you. And so you cannot deny what you feel when you hear this truth. It's activating you. It's awakening you. It's starting to bring up that which has been dormant, that which has been asleep, that which has been unconscious. And so we are in a society, in a world, wherever we are on this planet, that embraces unconsciousness. And you would say, why? Why would we do that? Because we've been taught to do that. And so people just act. They just act. They just go to work, go to school, get up. We get into these routines and we don't question. We don't question why. Why am I here? What am I doing? I hate this job, or I don't know why I'm studying this in school. I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. But someone told you to do it, so you're doing it. Whether it be society or your family. And so you never really have time because you're always on that wheel, the hamster wheel that never stops. And you're constantly going and you never stop to think, what is the deeper reason and the purpose for my being? And in the days that we live in on this planet, much truth is being revealed. This is the day that much that has been lost will be regained. And those are many of the prophecies of the time we live in. And what I really want to stress to you is that you are on the planet at the most incredible time that you could possibly be here. It is definitely the great and dreadful day. But it is your choice. It is your choice which of those perspectives you take. Are you ready to embrace your transformation, because if you are, then you're ready for the greatness that awaits you. Because you are a great being of light and you have a great purpose for being here on this planet. But something has to happen. That's the transformation part. Something has to happen to bring you from the mind of who you thought you were, from who you were taught you were, to who you truly are. Because who you truly are is within you. It is within your DNA. It is within you in every fiber of your being. And so that's why when you hear this truth, it resonates. Because you are a being of light that has come here as a volunteer to assist in this awakening. And so you came from some other place in the sacred hoop of life, another dimension, another time, another space. But you come here with your greatness. You come here with your medicine to share with humanity. But before you can share your medicine, before you can do your great work, as Spirit says, before you can walk on your soul path, you must move through your dark forest. And so we see this in our world today. We are moving through the dark forest on a collective level. And in the time that you move through the dark forest, whether it be your personal journey or the collective journey of humanity, then it's a time when you have to face your fears. It's a time when you have to look deeply within yourself to find your medicine, to find the messages, the notes that you left yourself. And we call those synchronicities. We call that the synchronicity of the universe. And others call it coincidence. The unconscious call it coincidences. And so we know there's no such thing as coincidence. So we look for the synchronicities in our life because those are the crumbs. Those are the breadcrumbs we left ourselves before we came here, in order for us to know that we're on track. And we also have a lot of help from our unseen family that is assisting us from the other side, behind the veil. So we need to be looking for those synchronicities, whether they are the repeating numbers, whether they are repeating totems, whether it's information you keep hearing over and over again, somebody talking about it over here. You turned on the radio, the song was playing, it was talking about it. You need to be paying attention. That's called becoming more conscious of your surroundings, of your reality. And as you become more conscious, you start to put the pieces together. You start to see where some of these pieces fit, and you start to see where others don't. And so we just scoot those to the side because there may be a whole nother puzzle we're not aware of. But at this time, the pieces that we need are the pieces to help us remember who we are. And so this is the reason for this show. This is the reason for me starting Navigating the Awakening, because Spirit deeply wants you to begin to remember who you are on a soul level, not on a limited physical, this is my name, these are my children, this is my family, this is where I was born, way, way, way beyond that, okay? Because that is your limited reality, your limited perspective of this life. Yes, it brings value to you. It can offer many jewels, but don't get caught up in it because you're much more than that. You must begin to remember who you are on a larger level in order for us to move through this transformation that's taking place on this planet today. We must become aware of who we are and why we're here. And so that takes information. That takes you to become acquainted with different information. And that's where the ancients come in. That's where our ancient ancestors come in, because they left those scrolls for us. They left the information in those sacred texts for us, because They were talking about the day and the time that we are living in. That's why this time is so important for you to be on this planet, because it's a time that's been prophesied to come for thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. We first had to fall asleep in order to move into this space of the reawakening. And so, as we continue to move through these weeks and this information that I'm sharing with you, I want you to keep it in your conscious mind that you're supposed to be seeing how this applies to you. Does it resonate? If it does, then wonderful. If it doesn't, stay open. Maybe you'll hear something else that does. So don't close your heart or your mind off. Stay very much in tune with the synchronicities that are happening around you. And after our station break, we will begin our discussion on the snake people. So again, stay attuned and stay aware, because we have a lot to discuss. It's a beautiful time to be on the planet, so don't take it for granted. We'll be back in just a minute.
The cutting edge of conscious radio, OMTimes Radio, IOM FM. Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
More than 24 million Americans have an autoimmune disorder, and that number continues to grow. I'm Sharon Saylor, and I'm one of those 24 million. To put that number in perspective, cancer affects about 9 million and heart disease up to 22 million. That's why I've brought together top experts and those thriving regardless of their diagnosis to bring you the latest, most up-to-date information. Join me, Sharon Saylor, Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, for the Autoimmune Hour on Life Interrupted Radio to find out how to live your life uninterrupted.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free, ascendinghearts.com.
If I could be you,
and you could be me for just 1 hour,
if you could find a way
to get inside
each other's mind,
walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out, and for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org, brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome back to Navigating the Awakening. Now let's begin to look at the people who were born between October 24th and November 21st. These people belong to the Frog clan, and by entering the sacred hoop of life at this time, this initiated them into the water element, and they are called snake people. This is native earth astrology. These people were born under what is known as the freeze-up moon. Copper and malachite are their mineral totems, and thistle is their plant totem. And of course, the snake is their animal totem. Now, before I get into what all of this means for you as a snake person, I want to remind you that the snake was venerated by our ancient ancestors. And venerated means to be regarded with great respect and revered. Not because they were snake worshipers, as we have been taught, but because the snake is a powerful healer. One of the greatest forms of medicine that the snake holds is its venom. It takes a venom to deactivate a venom. This is how antivenoms are created. And of course, snakes are very misunderstood creatures due to miseducation and ignorance, which causes most people to despise them. And you will see the similarities of the snake people to their totem. These people are usually misunderstood, but they are very, very powerful healers. This is why we need to know who we are. Snake people are very important to us today because they hold the medicine that we need to heal ourselves. Because humanity has been bitten by a snake. We have been poisoned in our minds and in our bodies, and we need the healing power of snake people to help us deactivate the poison, to bring the balance back. Now, you will begin to see a pattern emerge as you listen to these shows. And that pattern will show you that everyone has an important part to play in our awakening. If we are to survive the great transformation that is taking place on our planet today, we must all begin to step into our power and activate our medicine. If you missed last week's show, then I encourage you to go back and listen to it because I spoke about our medicine and what that means. We are all great beings of light that have entered the sacred hoop of life at this time. We have incarnated on this planet that we call Earth. And when we entered into the sacred hoop in this dimension of space and time, we came to bring certain gifts to humanity, to our greater self. This is our medicine. And we must learn, once again, who we are in order for us to be our true selves. We must learn what our medicine is that we brought to humanity. Now, the ancients tell us, and we found these inscriptions all over the world, and I would call this a really big breadcrumb. And the words that you see in many different places throughout the ancient world is two words: know thyself. Because you can't be yourself if you have forgotten who you are. Remember, Spirit said it is as if we are suffering from amnesia. We were knocked over the head and taken away to a foreign land. And so our job is to begin to remember. So this is the first step in navigating your awakening, remembering who you are and the medicine that you brought with you that will assist you in living a more authentic and harmonious life. Just remember, we have all been bitten by a poisonous, deceitful snake, and we all need some medicine. All right, so let's get into it. I am speaking to people who were born between October 24th and November 21st. But I am also speaking to everyone who has incarnated on this planet because you are part of the sacred hoop of life. And so you will also find that the snake person is within you because we are all one. But those born between these dates simply have more snake medicine within them. So now let's find out what this means. Your mineral copper is attributed with a wide variety of special powers. Copper is a metal used in alchemy. It is necessary for the transformation and transmutation of the soul. It has everything to do with the purification of your blood and your spirit. Copper is used to create jewelry, and it is said that if you wear this metal, it will help to alleviate your stiffness in your joints and also the stiffness in your mind. Warriors in the past wore copper armbands and bracelets to strengthen their arms and their hearts. Copper conducts electricity and all forms of electromagnetic energy, and that's why it's often used in wiring. Remember this, because there is a lot to be said about these people and their powers to master electromagnetic energy. We're going to get into that much deeper in future episodes. But now let's look at your other mineral totem, malachite. This is a copper carbonate stone, and it will be found wherever copper is being mined. Malachite is bright green in color, and it can range from glassy to a dull or silky sheen. This stone is believed to hold great spiritual powers. Most importantly, it raises a person's sensitivity to the voice of spirit. It increases your receptivity to all forms of subtle energy and awakens your psychic powers. Snake people carry the medicine of their mineral totems. They can transmute energy and speak to the other realms with ease. Snake people have the ability to bring change to any negative situation that they may find themselves in. In the same way that the snake can easily move its body to bend and curve, these people can transform reality around them. They can literally bend reality to what they desire when they are in their powerful form. Snake people are powerful. But the greatest challenge for snake people is that they hold the same venom that they must heal. This means that they must overcome their own poison in order to heal themselves. Snake people are their own worst enemies. And if they can transform their poison into a healing venom, then there is nothing that can stop them. Like their moon, they tend to freeze up if put under too much pressure. And this is why they should wear copper jewelry to assist them in remaining flexible, to be able to transmute any energies that may need to be. Snake people need malachite to help them develop their connection to their inner voice. When these people are in balance, they are very gifted in psychic abilities because snake people are natural conductors of energy. Like their mineral copper, they tend to need to be grounded. They need to find positive ways to channel their excess energy, and this will help them find more balance in their mind and in their body. If their energies are not in balance or grounded, then they can become explosive. These people are very powerful, and they need to spend a lot of time within themselves. They need to devote time to their inner world and development. Meditation can be a very powerful tool for these people. Now, for your plant totem. This is the thistle. This is a sharp-spined plant that can grow in a variety of places. It can grow from 3 to 10 feet high. The leaves and flowers are covered with very sharp, prickly hairs, and a bristly down covers every part of this plant. All parts of the thistle are useful in healing and are rich in minerals. Native healers use this thistle for weakened stomachs, for digestive issues. It can also be used to reduce fevers, for expelling worms, and for increasing the milk of nursing mothers. In older times, the thistle was reported to be an all-healing plant, capable of healing most maladies known to man. This is why it is also known as the holy or blessed thistle. Like their plant totem, snake people can grow to great heights in their powers and mental abilities, or they can remain average. It is up to them to cultivate their talents and abilities that lie deep within them. And just as the snake makes his home in dark places, snake people can be very secretive and keep others in the dark. You may never really know a snake person, even if they've been in your life for a very long time. Snake people can learn from their plant totem as it has deep roots within the earth. They need to ground deeply with the earth and create deep roots in their lives in order to properly channel their energies. While these people are great healers for humanity, many times their medicine is very difficult to be received because they cover themselves with a prickly outer coating that keeps people away. Few people are ever able to get close enough to see the healing qualities that are beneath the surface of a snake person. This is a quality of their plant and animal totem. But if you succeed in getting past the outer coating of a snake person, you will find that what lies within is a powerful healing balm. These people are usually very talented and have many gifts and abilities, just like their plant totem. When snake people are out of balance, they are the thorniest of them all. They can be very stubborn, critical, jealous, and a host of other bad attributes. They can have emotional swings and great bouts of depression, as well as challenges with anger. Their tongues can be very venomous, as their speech can strike a great blow. These are attributes that develop when a snake person is imbalanced. Snake people need to know who they are, and they need to know the medicine that they carry within them. These are some of our greatest healers, but they must first heal themselves. Now, going deeper into our snake family, and again, I want you to look within yourself, because all of the attributes that we speak of, whether you're born at this time or you're not, they lie within you. And so you can see part of the snake person within you. What is the greatest lesson for snake people? They need to learn how to move into their light. And when they move into their darkness, which is really moving within themselves, that's where they need to be working to heal themselves. But just as the snake moves into the sun to warm itself and to digest its food and all of that, you need to move into the light of the sun. You need to raise your vibration and come up out of the darker realms, the den, the underground, in order to see who you truly are as a healer. Because I find that snake people are their worst enemies, their own worst enemies. And they have the inclination to be obsessive. They have an inclination to be addictive to people and things. And I find that that comes from a lack of knowledge of why you're drawn to things. Think about it. If you have a very strong electromagnetic energy, it means you're magnetic. It means that when you draw something to you that you like, it's hard to pull it apart. It's hard to get rid of it, right? So just like a magnet has a strong magnetic pull, these people have a strong magnetism. And so that means that they can draw things to them that are good for them or things that are not so good for them. And so it becomes a personal choice for you as a snake person. But you are absolutely one of the most powerful energies that have entered into the sacred hoop of life. We all come here with different medicine and different powers, but snake people have something that is extra, a little bit extra, and that is their power to wield the electromagnetic energies. And we are surrounded, our bodies, that's what we call an aura, the earth, the energy that flows from the earth. You have the ability, and those of you who were born with your rising sign in this time as well, you also carry this medicine very strongly within you. So you carry the ability to channel this electromagnetic energy and to transform and transmute it. And so this is what actually creates our reality. You need electromagnetic energy in order to manifest on the physical plane. And as I said, we're going to go so much deeper into this because this has everything to do with the earth walk. It has everything to do with the time that we're living in. Is learning how to transmute and transform energies. It doesn't matter who you are, at what point in this world you were born. What matters is that you learn how to harness this power that is very, very prevalent within the snake people. The ability to transmute and transform energy. And so, we're looking at the power of electromagnetic energy. Sexuality. So, of course, we relate this time of being born in Western astrology to the Scorpio, the sign of Scorpio. And Scorpios are known for their sexual prowess, we'll say. And that's because of this ability for them to harness electromagnetic energy. But you must remember that that which we call sexual energy is also called Kundalini energy. It is the energy that transforms. It awakens. It activates. And it is the energy that sits within each and every one of us. Every living thing is surrounded and filled with electromagnetic energy. Depending on how you have incarnated and what time you have incarnated will depend on how much of that you have within you. So when we engage in the activity of sex, that is one way that you can harness this energy. But it has to be done on another level. It has to be done with a purpose and intention, a higher reason. And just as we look at the snake people and we can see the positive, powerful attributes that are mostly misunderstood about them. And then we can see the negative attributes of them because many are out of balance that are in this sign. We also can see how the manipulation or the misuse of this medicine, this power, this sexual power, is used today in our world. It's misused for the most part. And so the same thing, just as the snake venom can kill you, it can also heal you. The same goes for sexual energy. It can be used to deplete you of the electromagnetic force you have within your body, which is your life force, or it can be used to increase it. So what is the main message here? The message is balance, knowledge, understanding. When we understand ourselves on a deeper level, then we grasp a deeper understanding of our powers that we hold within us. And we must learn how to control that which can destroy us. And when we are dealing with the electromagnetic force of our planet, of our bodies, of our minds, that same power that's used to heal can be used to kill. And we see this in every way, in every form on the planet. And so that should make each and every one of us very aware of how we are harnessing this energy within our lives, within our bodies, within our minds, because it is very important for you to begin to harness this energy. And we talked about that in a previous show. We talked about the need for more energy because we need lots of energy in order to move through this transformation process. And so this is why you have traditions where you have monks or people who do not engage in sexual activities with the opposite sex, because they choose to use and harness that energy to create other things. Now, remember, we call it sexual energy, and that is one way of terming it, but it is also the Kundalini energy. It is also the creative force. This energy brings life onto the planet. It is a force that can draw energy in from the other realms. Now, look at that. That's a very scorpionic or very snake energy ability to move between the realms, you on the physical earth as well as within the etheric realm. And so when we're bringing forth life onto the planet, this moves through the womb of the woman. And the womb contains a great amount of electromagnetic energy when it is healthy, when it is in a healthy state. It has a great amount of power and force, and it holds the ability to connect to the etheric realms, because that is where the soul, the life that enters into the woman's womb, comes from. It comes from the etheric realm. So that is a very scorpionic, snake medicine energy that is within the womb of the woman. Now, let's look at that in another way. When sex is misused, the same thing is held true. The very thing that can bring life into the world can also cause someone to become addicted. And we see this in our modern day society with people who are addicted to porn. And so, again, it is a double-edged sword, just as the snake has the split tongue. There's a double-edged sword within this energy. It's a great power, and it is to be understood, and it is to be harnessed. And so through learning more about ourselves and discovering who we are on deeper levels and realizing how powerful we are the channels through which life energy moves, through which creation forms. We are the ones who bring forth the manifestations, whether consciously or unconsciously. We are creating the reality that we are living in. And so this today is more important than ever, because so many people feel powerless. And Spirit said they feel powerless because they don't know who they are. Because once you know who you are, then immediately you are filled with a great power. And that great power is only supported by great knowledge. So the more knowledgeable you are of the deeper recesses of who you are, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, the more power you can exert in your outer life. Because everything that we see outside of us is simply a reflection of what is going on inside of us. So when we lack knowledge of self, we are weak, and we are not the creators of our desired lives. We become the creators of our nightmares, of things that we do not desire to manifest. And so you can see where we are on the planet in this time of the awakening. We have come to that very important place where humanity has found that if we do not control our darkness, we will destroy ourselves. And that is on every single level. But who is more masterful of dealing with darkness than the snake people? The snake people are masters at this because they live underground and on top of the ground. And so it is simply through knowing who you are as a snake person that you become more empowered in your life and you begin to overcome your own weaknesses, because once again, you hold the very venom that can kill you. You see? So you are your own worst enemy. So in turning your venom into an anti-venom, turning your venom into a healing balm is where we want to go. We want to transmute the venom. We want to transmute it. And you are the one that can do it. And so when we look around on our planet and we see the need for transmutation, transformation, then we begin to understand why snake people are so important in our earth walk at this time. It is so important for you to awaken. I thank you. Next week, we will tune into the elk people, born between November 22nd and December 21st. They belong to the Thunderbird clan. Thank you again. I love you and leave you in the light of the infinite creator. Have a beautiful week.